Hey everybody, my name's Kevin Carr, and today we're going to work on what I call a seated hip shift drill. A seated hip shift is a great drill to work with people who might have issues with their hips or their adductors, and they have trouble conceptualizing how to shift in and out from one hip to another. They might have trouble feeling their adductors that are going to be used to pull them into the backside of their hip. So often after some manual work and maybe a little bit of respiratory work, I might use this drill to try to teach them how to seat back their femur into the back of their hip capsule and get them to be able to feel their adductors a little bit better, as well as understanding how to better align their rib cage and their pelvis to allow them to do that. So what I'll do is I'll have them sit down on either a 12-inch or an 18-inch box or bench. I'm going to have them take a foam roller and put it in between their legs, just inside their knees, in between their adductors. I'm going to have them make their feet so they're tucked just behind their knees. And what they're going to do is first, I want them to get a good alignment between their rib cage and their pelvis. So I'm just going to have them slightly tuck, and I'm going to have them take a big breath in the nose, exhale, and draw their ribs down. A better alignment between their rib cage and pelvis is going to allow them to better shift from one side to the other. Okay. Once they get in that position, I want them to slightly squeeze the roller, and I'm actually going to have them reach their arms out. I'm going to have them take a big breath in, maintain that position we've already achieved, and as they exhale, I want them to think about pressing one knee forward while pulling the other knee back. So it's important for them to understand we're not going to go side to side. We shouldn't see the knees pointing out in opposite directions. We should just see one side come back and one side come forward. All right, so arms reaching, big breath in. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to pull my left knee back. Long exhale, and I want them to cue to think about feeling that adductor. That's the feeling I want them to get, that upper adductor squeezing and pulling backwards. Then they're going to inhale, come back to center. Exhale, pull the other way. I want them to think about drawing their ribs downward so they also feel their obliques. All right, so I'm going to get a few reps here, and you can watch, and I'll even give you an above view so you can see the action of the knees. All right, so that's the seated hip shift. After they get that feeling, then I'm gonna start to try to incorporate some exercises where they have to get that action. Maybe like a split squat where they slightly have their pelvis rotated over their femur, or a reaching single leg deadlift that's gonna naturally promote some pelvic over femoral internal rotation, where they're gonna have to work on that hip shift in a standing setting. This can be a great drill to kind of give them some cues and give them some feedback and then set them up for success when they're up on their feet.